How's it going out there? Welcome from H2TechVideos. This is going to be Kindle Fire HD pros and cons updated. Originally I did a pros and cons for the Kindle Fire HD, and it was when it originally, like the second day it was out, and you know, there wasn't a lot of stuff that was out and it was still new. They made a lot of good improvements, so I kind of wanted to update this video so you guys can have a really good snapshot of how good this tablet is. So first pro is going to be that it now does have a 720p HD screen. So it's HD, so it looks a lot better. The video looks better, a lot crisper, the colors are better, so that's awesome. HD screen where last year was not HD. The second pro is going to be that it's lighter and it has a better feel. The original Kindle had a square, like brick kind of a shape to it. Well, what they've done is they've rounded out the edges now, and something's on here. What is that? Basically, it's a lot easier to hold. It feels better. It's lighter. So I really like that they improved the design of it, and that it just feels better. And I do keep it in a case, but I like how they've redesigned it to be nicer and just a better feel for it. Next pro is going to be that it does have double the memory that the Kindle Fire from last year had. It has 16 gigs, where last year the Kindle Fire only had 8 gigs. So of that 16 gigs, you get about 12.5 gigs that you have access to use. So, you know, a lot more. You could do a lot more things. There is the cloud service that is built in, but you know, you can download your videos to it, your pictures, your music, and you know, you have a lot more space to take things with you. So that was another big plus. The next thing is that there's an updated operating system. So if you originally had the first Kindle on this operating system, they've made it even more user friendly. And just to show you a couple of things, on the original Kindle there was the settings wheel up here that you had to tap, and that's what activated the shortcut menu that's at the top. Well, now they made it simple. If you want to get to the shortcut menu, you just drag your hand from the top and it brings down the menu. Okay, so they've improved that. They've made it easier to kind of get to certain things. Now you have more options. These are all the different little libraries and the shortcuts. So last year you didn't have audiobooks, you didn't have I don't think you had photos. So they've added a lot more of those things. They even have shop, they have games in a separate place. So it's easier to navigate to the things that you want to go to. You can just go right to it by going right to that shortcut. So I love that they've improved this feature and just made it even easier to use it. Another thing is they've now added this favorites star right here, and when you can basically pin anything that you want to this favorite section, and you can access it within any app. So it's a nice little shortcut to kind of jump from where you are if you wanted to go right to the internet, or right to a game, or right to a book, or Facebook. You can just jump to it without having to go home first and then to it. So I like that they've added that and allowed you to kind of organize the things that you use the most and get to them quicker. The next thing is they've added Facebook and Twitter integration. So for example, if you are reading a book, and let me just show you this real quick. I'm currently rereading the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and so I can actually I can highlight a quote. Let's say I highlight this, I can actually share it now, and I can basically link up my Facebook and my Twitter, and I can share the quote right to that social network. I'm not sure if let me see. Normally it's a quick, there you go. So it sets it up. It has the quote here. I can add my own comments here, and then I can hit share, and then I can pick Facebook or Twitter, and I can just share it just like that. Actually, they're already checked right here. So I love that they've added that. Social networking has gotten so much bigger, and just made it a lot easier to kind of like let your friends know what you're reading, and you can get them involved. And you know, I just like it. I think that was a cool add-on, and you know, gotta love it. So Facebook and Twitter integration. The next thing is it does have built-in Bluetooth, whereas the original Kindle Fire did not have that. So now you have the ability to connect wirelessly a Bluetooth speaker, or you can connect a Bluetooth keyboard. So Again, if you wanted to type, now you can get a keyboard, link it up in a couple of steps, and you can type on there. You can also get a Bluetooth speaker, and you can link it up, and you can actually walk around with your Kindle, but have it play through your speaker across the room. So I love that they've added that. Just another really good feature, and you know, just opening up the functionality so you can do so much more with it. The next pro is going to be that you have the ability to do what's called side load. And when you side load, basically you can find apps, and you can find certain things that maybe are not available on the Kindle right now, and you can download it separately. Let me kind of explain what this means. So for example, there is no official Instagram app for the Kindle Fire HD, but there's a way. If you go, now it's a little bit more tricky, but I'm going to kind of do a basic explanation of it. If you go to more settings and you were to go down to device, and if you were to turn on allow installation of applications from unknown sources, you could actually download like third-party apps. You can download different app stores from online, and then you can get those apps that aren't available in the Amazon App Store. So like for example, I was able to get Instagram on here. I was able to get Google Chrome, Google Maps. I was also able to get a camcorder app. So a lot of things that were not available, I was able to get because of the functionality. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because if you have a Nook, the Nook HDs do not have this functionality. So if you don't see the app that you want on there, there's no way to get it until it's available. Whereas this, you can go online, do a little bit of research, and you can find those extra apps, and you can really make this thing do almost anything you want it to do. So another just great plus there. Next thing is it does have a better speaker than the original Kindle Fire. It has stereo speakers now, so you actually have a left and right for the sound. So I don't have any music on here to test that for you, but just speakers a lot louder. Left and right always sounds better than you know, mono speaker, which is last year I believe it was only on one side. So another great plus is going to sound even better when you're watching those movies, listening to your music. The next thing is it does have a great standby time. Now I'm one of those people where I might use this thing for a couple of hours, and I might put it down, and I may not pick it up again for 3 or 4 days. Well, the cool thing is the battery will last even though I'm not using it. So I may not use it for a couple of days, and I'll pick it up, and it still may have 60% or 40% left in the battery. So I am very picky about devices having a good standby time, because the worst thing you want to do is go reach for your device and you're ready to use it, and oh, the battery's dead, and now you don't have time to charge it, and you wanted to use it, and now it's too late. So that's why I really like this device, and that the battery doesn't drain so quick, and I can put it down for a little while, pick it up, and it will still have that battery. The next pro is that they have added a front-facing camera, and just today is December 7th, Amazon has done a new update which now allows you to take pictures from the camera. It seems silly, but originally when this first came out, you could not use the camera unless you were using Skype, and that was ridiculous. So Amazon has changed it, and now all you have to do is go to Photos, and they have a camera button right here. Pressed it. They have a camera button, and now you can launch the camera and you can use it without having to download a third-party application. So this is a really big new addition, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this updated video, because originally I criticized the HD because it didn't have this functionality. Well, now they've brought it, and it's built into the software, and it works great. So now you can use that camera, and you can take pictures. You can even post to Facebook. Now they have a dedicated Facebook app, and you can take a picture of yourself and upload it right from here. And I'm sure the Instagram app is coming soon. I'm not going to worry about that. So, you know, they've just updated it, and that's what I like about it. People have kind of complained, they've kind of added those extra things now to make it more friendly and have everything that people want it to have. The next thing is, if you were to get the 8.9-inch version of the Kindle Fire HD, it does have there is an option where you can get 4G internet. So if you're outside the house, you can still get internet. Now the only downside to that is the plans are the plans are reasonably priced, but you don't get a lot of data. So be careful getting that one, because you can't like go out and stream Netflix all day, because you'll eat up the amount of time you have really quick on that internet. But the pro is that you do have the ability to get the internet and to download out if you want to. It's just not on the 7-inch, it's only on the 8.9-inch. So another thing there. We're almost done. Sorry, a lot of pros. Again, I mean, they've updated it and it's gotten a lot better. The next thing is they have this new feature that's called Kindle Fire Test Drive. And if you actually go to apps, so we're going to go to the App Store, go to Store. There's an option now, and it's in the App Store, but you want to look for where it says Test Drive. And there's a lot of apps now that will actually let you test drive the app before you buy it, so you can actually try it to see if you even like the app. You get like 10 minutes to actually test it. Now, in order to use that feature, you do have to be connected with the internet, and you have to have a pretty good internet connection. So just keep that in mind. But I can literally open one of these apps, even if it's a paid app, I can try it before I buy it, and I can make a decision if I actually want it or not. So Apple doesn't have that, Google doesn't have that. This is an exclusive feature to Amazon's App Store, and I love it. And you know, it's a great way for you to save money, because you can make a decision and say, you know what, the app isn't where I thought it was going to be. Now I'm glad I didn't waste my money on it. So great plus right there. Let's go ahead and go back to our home screen here. Two more pros. One is that you do have an HDMI out now, and what that is the ability to buy a cable, which is a micro HDMI to HDMI, and you can actually run this to your TV, and you can actually mirror whatever's on this Kindle. You can actually show it on the TV. So if you have pictures on there, if you have Netflix, you can run it right to your TV, and you can play it back as long as you have a flat screen TV with HDMI. So that's another great plus, and I'm really excited that they've added that just so you can do more with it. And the last pro is going to be that they've added this new feature to the books. Not all books, but certain books have this new built-in audiobook feature where, let's say I'm on this page, I can tap play and actually can listen to the audio version of it right from the book app. I don't have to buy that separate. Now, I don't want to mislead you. This doesn't come with all books, but I'm not even, to be honest, I'm not really sure how do you know what books have it and which books don't. But I know this book does have it. I didn't buy it knowing it had it, but I was really excited to know that it was a built-in feature. So some of the books will have that built-in what's called narration, and they'll actually read the book to you, or you can just read it. You have the choice. So another thing, just a great plus, very innovative. I don't know anyone else that has that feature. And you know, sometimes you want to just sit and let it read to you, or you want to do something else, you wouldn't be able to listen to it. Or with the Kindle Fire HD, you can do that. So once again, another great pro. Next thing, I'm going to jump over to the cons now, and don't worry, this isn't as long, so the video is going to be done real quick. So the first con is going to be that you cannot record video, and that's out of the box. You cannot record video. They have added the camera now where you can take pictures, but the camera doesn't let you shoot video. Now, I have a video that actually will show you how to record video, and I'll try to link that video to this, so if you want to check it out, you can. But you can't record video right out of the box, even though it has a camera. So I was kind of like, why wouldn't you add that? You know, that would have been cool. The next thing is there is no rear camera, and for some people they say, well, I don't care, I use my cell phone, but I like to be able to use my tablet to record video. This is not an e-reader anymore, guys. This is an actual tablet, and so in my opinion, tablets all need to have front and rear facing cameras. So that was kind of a con for me. The next thing is there's no expandable memory. So with that 16 gigs, remember, you can only use 12 of those 16 gigs, and if you run out, you run out. You can't buy a memory card to get more. That's one of the pluses of the Nook, is that you can buy a memory card and you can actually get more storage. You can actually increase the storage. So that was kind of a downer there. The next thing is they have now these built-in advertisements. Whenever you go to the lock screen, you have these ads. And now here's the thing, pro and con with the ads is that, you know, you can't make the screensaver what you want it to be. It has to be one of their ads. You can pay $15, you can have the ads removed. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea to have them removed because sometimes the ads are good and sometimes they give you free stuff. So, you know, it's annoying, but, you know, you can always pay to have it removed. I have a video on that too, so check that out. That will show you how to take out the ads if you don't want them to be there. So anyway, kind of a pro and con there. The next thing is that sometimes it tends to heat up around this side, which is the side where the USB connector is. When you use it for a long time, you do get some heat right here, and so that was kind of like not a really uncomfortable thing, or it is a little uncomfortable because you kind of get a little nervous, like, you know, am I going to have to worry about this thing overheating or burning me one day? So, I mean, it's never gotten that hot, but I just need to point it out that that's not a normal thing for it to do. So, the next thing is you cannot multitask. Okay, so that kind of sucks. That's one pro. If you were to go with the Nexus 7, that one gives you the ability to multitask. You could actually be in one app, and you can keep the app open and go to something else, where with this, when you close an app, normally it closes it out. So, not a big deal for most people that use these tablets, but if you like to do multiple things at once, then you'll kind of miss that feature. The next thing, next con is going to be that there is no page animation, and what that means is when you turn the page, it's just like a sheet, whereas like on the iPad mini, if you download the Kindle app, when you turn the page, it looks like a page that's actually turning. And I love that feature because it gives me that real book feel, even though I'm reading digitally. And I don't know why they didn't add that feature, because why would you add that to your app on other devices but not to your own device? So I thought that was a little silly, and I hope that they watch this video and they change that, because it'd be nice to see the page animation, to at least have the option to turn it on and turn it off. The next thing is it does not come with a wall charger. It only comes with a USB cable. Now the reason this kind of frustrates me is because last year it only came with a wall charger, so you had to buy the USB cable separately to transfer your files. Well, the thing is, they have this whole cloud service that's built into the Kindle Fire HD, so if you have the cloud, obviously less people are going to be transferring it with the USB cable, so why give them a USB cable when you could have just gave them the charger? Because that's more important, because actually it takes you so much longer to charge this in the computer. It's much better to charge it in the wall. So they should have gave us a wall charger. I really didn't like that. That was a big con, especially for me. Last two cons are out of here, I promise. The screen was kind of a con for me, because you know what? I got a scratch in the center right here, and I literally was rubbing it up against my shirt. Okay, so I didn't drop it or bang it up against anything, but it got scratched, and I was like the screen just seemed a little sensitive, like, you know, even when I was using a cleaning cloth, it seemed like it kind of scratched it a little bit. So it's not Gorilla Glass, so you got to be careful with the screen. Definitely make sure you have a case, because this thing will probably scratch easy, and that's what I didn't really like about it. I wish they would have put a more scratch resistant type screen. And my last con, and we're out of here, is the button placement. I don't like that they've put the power button right here on the side, because most people are going to hold this like this. Where's my finger? Right next to the button. And what happens all the time? I press and I turn it off. So I felt like they should have put that button in a different place. Last year they put the button at the bottom, same place, and it was so easy to turn it off. It's frustrating because you don't want it to turn off so easily. So anyway, guys, this is it. This has been Kindle Fire HD. This is the updated version, and I mean, they've added so many new features just to make it easier to use this device, and I love it, guys. I had a choice to return this or keep it, and I actually chose to keep it because I think it's a really great device. I think that for the price, it's awesome. It does a lot. It's very user friendly. So a lot of people ask me like, hey, this or the Nexus. Well, if this is for an older person, I would definitely say go with the Kindle Fire. Don't go with the Nexus. Oh, sorry. Let me finish my point and I'll show you what that is too. The Nexus tablet is really cool and it's fast, but for an older person who needs something simple and just wants to take advantage and have fun, this is, I mean, the Nexus is going to be too much. This is simple, it's easy to explain, and you don't have to keep going over it. A person can kind of understand this in a, you know, with a couple minutes or a couple of, maybe an hour or so of you explaining it to them. So that's why I like the Kindle Fire HD better than the other 7 inches. The iPad mini is cool, but again, it kind of requires a little bit more know-how to use it. This tablet is so easy. It doesn't get any easier than this. So that's why I recommend this over a lot of the other 7 inches that are out there. So just my opinion, and you know, take it for a grain of salt, the way people normally do. One last pro I forgot to mention. This just came in the update. They just added the ability for swipe texting. So that's, you can, I mean, excuse me, not swipe texting, swipe typing. So now if you want to type something, you can literally, you know, swipe to the letter. I'm not used to it, so mine are not going to be that great, but let's see. How are you? So that's kind of cool. Something new they've added just so you can do more. They've added some shortcuts here. You can actually change the keyboard languages right from there. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here because this video is running too long. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support. Make sure you like the video if you did find it helpful. Subscribe to H2TechVideos and keep watching. All right, have a good one.